Madume Chava South Africa or South Africa. My name is Vich. Welcome to Give It to Azania Kasi podcast. Today I've got a good guest. The guest that I've been looking for. I've been searching for this guy for some time, man. For a very long time. How are you, my brother?
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying.
Just tell these viewers to subscribe and like the video and comment.
Hi guys.
They will listen to you. I'm struggling.
I'm struggling to get subscribers.
Yes, maybe if it comes from you, maybe they will say, yeah. You know, when the author says you must subscribe, Vela, you must listen.
But you must give them a good reason of subscribing, because those people are utilizing their own data. Yeah. So if you're giving them substance, I think you won't even have to ask them to subscribe. They'll just subscribe. But if you are playing here with Mr. Virus, you'll not gain any followers.
Sure. How can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Simple, man. Viewers. My name is MOROBADI Johannes, but I'm prominently known as Mr. Virus because I infect to impact. That's how I'm.
You infect to impact?
I infect to impact. I'm infectious and impactful. Sure.
Today I'm going
virus.
To learn. Why you didn't write it here, or you are a virus?
I wrote it.
I'm saying outside so that we can tell.
No, remember, this specific book is serving a particular purpose, and it's for a particular audience. So you can't just put everything on it. But if you can check at the back of it, it's written. You see, MOROBADI Johannes is a South African author and speaker. He's prominently known as Mr. Virus. I made sure that I put it here.
Sure.
Yeah,
so that they can know that this is not a COVID-19. Where do you come from?
I'm from Mokopane Ga-Matlou in Mokopane.
Ga-Matlou?
Yeah.
Ga-Matlou where?
At Mapela.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know Ga-Matlou, but I'm just saying, which landmark can you just use and say?
Do you know Ghana's ground?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a house there opposite Ghana's. That's my house.
Did you play soccer?
Yes, I did. My other name is Maduka. You know, at home they're calling me Maduka. You know, Maduka used to play for Celtic, wearing jersey number 18. Yeah, they used to call me Maduka.
Okay, because I'm just visiting a family called Homosexualism.
Yeah. I know that family.
Yeah, so I always
you know Principal Mokopane? Yeah. Yeah. My place is not far from where they're staying. Yeah.
Those are part of my family as well.
Okay.
They're family friends, but I just gave them an honor to become a biological family, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. That is where I visit usually. When I come to Ga-Matlou, I go and visit that family.
Okay. Yeah. That's
so where did you school in Ga-Matlou?
I went to Sebilwane Primary School. It's not so far from the main road. It's not so far from the tar road, the main road that connects, that is connecting Ga-Matlou to Sterkwater and Ga-Matlou to Hans, because Ga-Matlou is in the middle of Sterkwater and Hans, so it's just there. And I also went to Tjitjila High School. I studied at Tjitjila. Yeah.
The green one.
The mighty green Tjitjila. Yeah.
Then what has inspired you to say, no, I must write a book now?
I've always been at the forefront of many things that I was part of. And from high school, you know, I'm one of the people who used to preach on assembly when I was still a learner at Tjitjila. And I was always motivated to motivate others. So when I came to the university and seeing how my life transitioned, I was like, you know what, why not? There is someone who is probably coming from the same space where I emanate from, and maybe if I can put something down through the dissemination of information in a form of this booklet, maybe someone can be changed. Then that's how I started.
Is this book worth it? Is this book, you must get yourself a copy. You must get yourself a copy. How much is it?
It's 200 now.
Yeah.
It was 250 after publishing it. You know, after publishing, you feel like, now I'm an author.
Sure.
But as time goes by, you realize that a lot of people don't like to read, honestly speaking, and they don't like to read self-help book which are written by local authors.
Sure.
Yeah. You see, you are doing a great thing by fixing another man's crown. Yeah, so I've realized that a lot of people don't like to read self-help book because they think we are over ambitious and whatever perception that they might have. That then I had to take the book from 250 to 200 just to meet the expectation of my target market.
Don't you think it's the issue of economy?
No, it's not the issue of economy.
Because now what I get interested, you know, what I don't read is biographies.
Okay.
If you start to say, hey, this is where I grew up here, I went to this school and then I suffered this challenge and what, I don't read those things.
Okay.
I want you to tell me about the reality of life. How do you see it? How best can I maneuver through these challenges and whatnot? Not your experience, like I'm reading obituary. No, I don't.
Oh, you don't like that?
No, biography. I want something. You know, now I went through your book. I've got some chapters that I said, here this guy is speaking.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is. So maybe some people, you know, I think even some people, you must also in future just get cartoons inside. I don't know how best can we do that, because you know sometimes it's like this kind of books, if you are not a fan of reading, it might be difficult because you just see bombastic words and what, but with the picture it will say, okay, now they are speaking about the fights because those cartoons are fighting, you know. That I think that is the only thing, because these books, if you are not a fan, you will think you are reading a Bible.
You found that in my book?
No, I'm just saying, you know, sometimes you just read like, you know, there is no picture, because when we were growing up, you will just page through and peruse just because you see the pictures in magazine and whatnot. But through that picture in a magazine, you will see, okay, that means now they're speaking about this actor from Generation or Movango. Just the pictures just gives you what they are talking about in this thing.
But I think maybe we must dismantle that approach, because primarily reading shouldn't just be about what interests you. Because if you read the things that are going to be appealing to your eyes, you will never absorb knowledge beyond what you know. So, for instance, myself, I love reading everything, because you will never know what you're going to find. And also expanding your vocabulary requires reading, so that when you speak, you can express your notions very well. But if you read what you think it's only good to you, how then are you going to grow?
To improve.
How then are you going to improve? You improve your language, you improve your vocabulary, your perception of life. For instance, there are certain individuals who don't like politics. But in South Africa, you are compelled to be politically educated so that you can understand what is transpiring holistically. So if you don't like reading, you'll have a problem. I feel like reading shouldn't just be about what you like, because reading, it's about knowledge discovery. And for you to discover knowledge, sometimes you need to open up books that were not even inextricably intertwined to your interests. That I think it should be the approach to reading. And then secondly, I'm hearing you saying people might not be buying our books because of the economy. I don't think that is the case. You know, if you've got an objective to be informed, you will attempt by all means to be informed.
Sure.
You get my point?
Sure.
For instance, right now, if you drink alcohol and you have 100 rand, there are many things that you can buy with 100 rand.
Yeah,
you can go and buy onions, spices, but you are going to prioritize something that you think is important. So if reading is important, then you are going to buy those books. If it is not important, then you will come up with the excuses of saying, no, I don't have money. But in all honesty, 200, what is 200, man?
Sure. Yeah, what is 200?
What is 200?
For knowledge.
Yeah.
It's very little.
Because also, just to add to what I was saying, when you read a book that was written by Mr. Virus, and you look at the outlook of his life, you check, where is he coming from?
Sure.
Which challenges did he encounter?
Sure.
What did he achieve?
Sure.
And where he is? By reading his book, automatically you can trigger the potential of becoming what you are supposed to become, because you can see, if he did it, I can do it. Sure. But when you want to read a book that was written by Elon Musk, and relatability there is far-fetched.
Yeah, sure.
But I'm just from the Hudo, I'm just from Ga-Matlou, and I've written this book. When you read my book, you're going to discover that, oh, this guy has been abroad in these places and these places. Then you have a question. How did you do it? That is the beginning of transitioning and transforming your life. But Elon Musk, you don't even know like the socio-economic conditions because you did not grow up in a space where you grew up. But I'm just from the villages, man.
We can relate.
You can relate.
Now, how did the name Mr. Virus came about?
3 Idiots. You know a movie called 3 Idiots?
No, I don't.
You must go check it out. Yeah, there is a movie, an Indian movie, 3 Idiots. So there is a professor there who is Virus. So that professor is very smart. He's very, very much smart and funny. After watching that movie with my friend who is now a teacher, the following day, I did something, I don't know what I did. And he said, Virus, you can't do this. And it started from there. Then I realized even people who were in our closest proximity were calling me Mr. Virus. And I was like, how can I commercialize this? How can I make this name to work for my advantage? Then because I'm someone who is emceeing, public speaking, when I get there, I'm like, my name is Mr. Virus. Then I came up with a brand, infect to impact, so that when you ask me, why are you Virus? Because it has got a negative connotation. And I'm like, okay, this one is different. I will infect you with what I have, but once we depart, you'll be impacted. Then that's how
Then how did you become a master of ceremony? What happened?
No rata dilo braya ka bona, to be honest, namana ke ho tshintse ke rata over kopile wa kusha like ke ho wa bona le ko sgila. I was always that one learner o emisha matso wa ba le ke tla mo university ke sure ba ba tseneng le nna ba no re se se a phapha se because kenda out here la no rata o emisha matso ha classing wa ke express. So every time ke le somewhere ba nyaka master of ceremony, I volunteer. Then that's how I fell in love with it.
Are you commercializing on it?
Sure. Even now, there is an event where I'm invited. Just one session, 5,000, and they don't complain because I deliver.
You deliver?
Yeah.
Where do they get you when they want to book you?
All over social media. You just go on Facebook. You just check Mr. Virus or Maduka Johannes. You see that name Maduka. Maduka Johannes on Facebook, Infect to Impact on TikTok, and then MJ on Instagram. Or they can even get my WhatsApp number and just contact me to come, as long as they will compensate me.
To say it. They won't trouble you. I will tell the ladies to be disciplined.
It's yeah, they can contact me on 0727 666
Sure. Repeat it.
0727 666 That's where they can get me. Yeah. They can even order the book there. You just 0727 666 and then you order the book. If you want to order me, personally, not for MC, ladies.
Then what's the process of Korea? How do you come about when they book you?
When they book me personally? No, we decide. That one is personal. We'll arrange.
No, okay, then what about the book? The Korea, the process, are they adding any transportation fee or what?
No, the book on its own is 200 besides the courier fee. So if I'm couriering your book from where I am to where you are, you just pay whatever that they needed per. If it's 60 rand, you add extra 60 rand. If it's 70 rand, depending on how many days you want your book to take. If you want it to take a few days, you'll pay more days less.
Where is it? Can one get it in a bookshop, or is it still difficult to get through?
No, it's not difficult to get through. It's just that I don't want it to be in the bookshop as yet, because this is 100% my intellectual property. So, and another thing, I did not do it primarily for money. I'm a public speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. So I love disseminating information for transformation, and the easiest way in which to, to bank your knowledge and your intellectual properties, things like publishing. So this one will live forever, even when I'm dead. You get my point? So sometimes I meet someone who really want the book, but they don't have the money. And depending on how I'm feeling and how much I have in my bank account, then I'm like, you know what? As long as you will read it. So it's not primarily about the money. That is why I'm just saying 200, and then you pay your 60 rand courier fee, and then you are fine. But more than anything, I'm requesting them to read.
So what because I thought maybe you are getting it difficult to go into the shelves market.
Nothing
Just
is difficult.
It's
a personal decision. And right now I'm writing another book, which is not a self-help book. A book that is politically, educationally, and economically inclined to see my perception about what is transpiring in South Africa regarding, the collapse of our economy. You can see it's dilapidated. My view on our politics and how does it affect young people, and the educational trends, and the misconception between education and certification and all those kinds of things. Because and then that one I can take it to the stores, because I know that it's not a personal book. Like you said, you don't like to read biographic books, so that one you will probably read it.
Just because it's dealing with international and national matters.
Yes.
Then I want us to pass that stage of just speaking about the book, and then I want us to speak about what is inside the book. But we will get to that stage. What can you say about people who will just put Mr. Virus on the poster of their events, and then you find out, no, that is not the reason. The person who will be emceeing there is not Mr. Virus.
That is wrong.
Because I see it in musical industry, comedies and what. At some point at Tiro Hall, there was a point where they put Mashabela on the poster, but the keynote speaker was a former minister of, or is still a minister, deputy minister of education, of higher education and training. So, and then you see the picture they put for Mashabela, and then we all went there, and then now they want to politicize the event. We said,
it's not going to happen.
No.
I think raising people's expectations without delivering, it's a wrong move. They think it's a strategy to lure people to their event, but it causes more damage than good. Because if I show up, for instance, lately I attended a gospel concert, and I specifically wanted to hear Kgaugelo Kekana singing. So when I got there, I could realize, man, she's not coming. Then she came and sang few songs. So When she left, now I was bored because the only person I was there for was Kgaugelo Kekana. So imagine if I went there and then she didn't show up.
Sure.
It wasn't going to be nice, meaning I will never attend any gospel concert that is organized by those people. The same applies with these event organizers who are selling a false narrative in terms of who will be coming to the event. I think it's wrong and I don't subscribe to that.
Sure. What are the challenges that you have encountered as an MC?
Challenges that I've encountered as an MC.
So far, are you fine? Are they, when they say, okay, we will pay you this much, they don't trouble you when it comes to payment and something like that?
When it comes to finances, honestly speaking, and payments, I've never been troubled with that. Sure. Because I think I deliver and I also take correction very well. Sure. So if I come to your event and I deliver and later you give me a review to say constructive criticism, and later you say I wish you could have handled it this way, which is probably rare to get such reviews with me. And then I take that and I implement it in my next event. And also the work that I'm doing, man, most of the work that I'm doing might not be publicized, but I'm doing so much for the community and for the schools and for the people. So when they invite me, they already know that the value that I bring equates to the money that I will demand. So I've never encountered many challenges, except you get to an event and the event organizers are just disorganized. So when you have to come up with a magic of, making sure that the event come to life as an MC, because that is the primary reason why you are there.
Then how difficult it is to fund the publication of a book?
It's not difficult. I want to say this. People who become successful before us, particularly from the hood, they want to make it seem like that the only one who can break through. You get my point? So they will sell a narrative to say to become an author it's complex, but it's not. Brayaka, if you do your research, for instance, with 5,000 rand, you can publish 100 copies. You get my point? And if you sell one copy, 250, 100 copies will make you how much? 25,000. So when the only thing that you need to do is to write, find a good editor, and then have 5,000, give it to the publisher, publish your book, self-publishing, and publish your book. If you do well with your marketing, and also if you've got an audience, and also if you've delivered in your book and you understand your audience, I'm telling you, are going to make a lot of money. There is nothing difficult. They're just acting important. You see, these people, you see their books on the shelves and wara. It's not difficult. It's not. Because let me give you an example. If you are a student, maybe NSFAS gives you 2,000 rand every month. You can save 500 from January. Let's say 5555 5 10 50 2.5 agree 5555 get 10 months. So you tell yourself, in this 10 months I'm saving 500 per month while writing. So you give yourself 10 months to write, to finish your manuscript, and then you take it for editing. When you are done writing, you'll be done saving. Then you take it to the publisher. Then you have your copy. And don't wait for your book to be perfect, because if you're waiting for perfection, you'll never start. Just start, release it. Let them criticize you. Through criticism, you are going to evolve.
What has inspired you to write a book, my man?
What has inspired me to write a book? Changing lives. I'm about changing lives. That's what inspired me.
You just wanted to document it.
Change lives, because as a public speaker, you get invited to an event. You change a few people in that particular space, but what about the people who cannot be in your closest proximity? Then if I wrote a book, it means anybody anywhere in South Africa and outside South Africa can have me in their room without me being there. It's a flex, brah.
I'm always and then you now I don't know. Mara, I'm on chapter 7 now.
You see?
Yeah, I'm on chapter 7 now. But maybe one day will come and criticize you after when I...
That's what I want, actually. Yeah, that's what I want. Even here you can do it. Even here you can do it.
Only 7 chapters.
But I think as you are reading the book, you are probably getting something out of the book.
Yeah, I do, but you must read all chapters
for you to
criticize, because at some point if the person says chapter 1 ke bone what kenya go improve, and then you call that person out, emona o improve mara chapter 10 I spoke about it. Then
yeah.
So you must finish the work and then soon I will text you.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, let's get into the book
okay
now. I want us to deal with chapters here. Yeah, and then I want us to deal with chapter, I don't know, but let's not speak about, so that they can come. You spoke about reflection, perfection and authenticity.
Yes.
What was the story about that?
The story behind perfection and authenticity, it emanates from my own Christian point of view, because as a born again myself, most people are expecting a lot from us. You are not anticipated to make erroneous moves, because they will perceive you from a hypocritical point of view, and as a result you become indeed hypocritical, because you will sell a perfect image while in the closet you are doing things that are not fine. Then I was like, this is not right. This is not healthy for a human being. And then I spoke about reflection, perfectionism versus authenticity, to say as an individual you are not expected to become perfect, because you will never become perfect. You get my point? But as a result you can become authentic.
Don't be fake.
Don't be fake, because if you say I'm perfect, then you are fake. For instance, there are many Christians, because I'm a Christian, right, who will come out here and say gay people will go to hell. But in the closet is fucking every guy in the street. You get my point? So in essence, that person is hypocritical, because if they are saying gayism is wrong, which according to the Bible is wrong, and I know this is a sensitive topic which can make me to get backlash. If someone comes publicly to say gayism is wrong, but they are doing it in the closet, they are being fake.
But you find out she's... What do you say about that?
You are hypocritical. But if you can come and say, according to the Bible, God is not taking gayism right? You've quoted that from the Bible. God is not impressed with homosexuality. And then maybe you give them a reference of a particular scripture. You haven't yet judged anyone. And then now when you come, you say, Eish, I'm struggling with the same homosexual desires. However, I'm in the process through prayer, fasting, and asking God to help me overcome this. Then you will not go around judging every guy who's wearing a skirt or every guy who's desiring cheese boy there to say
wearing the rainbow colors.
Because if you go out and say, yeah, you are going to hell, but you are doing it behind the closed doors, you are not an authentic individual. That's what I'm against. I'm saying, if you are against something, be against it, but at the same time, be realistic, be authentic. Don't try to act like when you are a perfect...
You are a deputy Jesus.
You can become a deputy Jesus, but who designated you? You get my point? But the essence of that chapter was to say there is no need for you to become perfect. Just be authentic, because life is laborious. And you are going to become erroneous. And we learn from our mistakes. The things that I believed last year, some of them I'm no longer believing in this year, because I'm an evolving person. You get my point? So
you even grow when you are reading. You start to, sometimes I had problem with this community, rainbow color, and then I started to attend their events. But now I'm different person. They are my friends. I love them and I embrace them.
Which is something that you need to do, because remember, I think they are choosing personally to become.
Sure, yeah.
Wabona is their personal choice.
Sure.
Regardless of the repercussions that will come after, if we gauge the behavioral acts on the spiritual matters, but most of them, they do not align themselves to the Bible because they don't believe. Most, but others believe. But at the same time, I think it's a conversation for another day. But all I'm trying to say is, in your reflection, as you reflect as an individual, stop trying to be perfect. Just be authentic.
Hey. Because yesterday I saw a video of one guy. He says, "No, I'm born again now." You know, he was a
innocent. Yeah, I follow his story.
Yeah, so I'm saying, okay, this thing is possible, but we will talk about it in future. Let's not be on it, because hey, we must.
No, we can be on it. Remember, we've got like freedom of expression without overstepping other people's boundaries. And I'm regarding myself as a leader, and as a leader, you have to tackle complex issues in an objective manner. So we are permitted to talk about anything and everything that is transpiring around us without fear or favor. Hey.
And then they take it personal, but it's okay. We will see.
They'll be fine.
Stop playing the
blame game. Yeah. A lot of people, let me tell you the truth, particularly in the black societies, they always want to have an excuse why they can't become. Others are blaming witches. Others are blaming the devil. Others are blaming God. Others will say it's because I didn't have a father. But in all honesty, have you seen the case study of someone who smokes nyaupe? Those people, they don't have money, but because of their addiction, he will make sure that I will not sleep without smoking because of the hunger. So even us as black people or as individuals, I think we must stop playing the blame game. Our mothers, like one day I had a conversation with my mom. Some of the people who are at her age are teachers, others are principals. What was she doing? You get my point? So you can't play the blame game to say, I'm not this because mama did what. You can become what you want to become regardless of what you are encompassed by. So if you are going to say, I'm not this because somebody did that, that is you playing the blame game, and you will never become anything.
Because even if, you know, sometimes they love to blame apartheid and what. Nobody's done. What are they doing?
Exactly.
What are they doing?
What are they doing? Like now, the basic education is free. Someone will say, no, I didn't go to school because school is not for everyone. If school is not for you, what is it that is for you? Then find that thing and become something, because every individual, man, you are alive because you are a pivotal being. If you are not important, or if the importance of your existence had elapsed, you will die. The fact that you can inhale and exhale means you still have a purpose on the planet Earth. Now stop playing the blame game and find your purpose, which is the reason of your existence, and become the best version of yourself before your departure on the planet Earth.
And now people are dying. Now car accident is killing young people.
Hey, and we cannot blame, honestly speaking, our actions have got dire consequences.
True.
We are a community of youngsters who are heavy on alcohol and driving. You get my point?
Taking a live video on social media as well.
Yes, and some of the people will go to an extent of allegedly buying their licenses. Now you are drunk, you bought your license, you are driving. What are you expecting? You are going to die young and grow old in the graves. Everything has a consequence. So we cannot always
take responsibility
of our own actions. And these youngsters, you know what they do? They party so hard to a point where they are not overcautious in their spaces. Now we are partying, you think everyone is your friend. Some of these people are jealous. You leave your drink open recklessly at a certain pub, and then you are with your antagonist without knowing, because they are faceless. and they're disguised. Now they put something in your drink because when you are over jubilant, you drink. Tomorrow you die. Who are you going to blame? I think even us as young people, man, we need to be overcautious and oversensitive into our spaces so that we can live long. Or else, what do you know?
The sheep in what? The ba re ke ding ka Sepedi ba reng na dinku ke tshengetse tjejor ba re ke apere letlalo la nku what
ba apere they're disguised. They're disguised
as friends, and they're just camouflaging as friends, you know. Mara deep down they know, okay, this guy is driving this bargain Tez. It can be him. You know, sometimes some people just think, well, it's only them who must prosper, but
exactly.
It's us who must suffer.
Exactly. But now we must be careful. Let me give you an example. You are someone like me. You are a published author.
Sure.
You've traveled a bit continentally and internationally.
Sure.
You are having a stable something income. You get my point.
Sure.
When you get to the villages, you've got friends who did not succeed as you. Sure. When you get there, in every space you want to speak about your achievements.
Sure.
To overshadow your friends. That can cause envy. Sure. And about kawata. And I give a blame because we are papa lawyer. Everything must be about you. I also wanna baraka ki fitla yenger. Wo Mr. Virus wa fela nyana kana le majita run over monate because I don't want to be over important. But lo bulaya. Because when who do you think you are?
Let's get on to don't look like your problems.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Because okay, are becoming personal.
Can I get chapter number mango anyway? Don't look like your problems. Don't look like your problems, man.
This guy now is becoming personal, and then I said, this guy.
I just want to quote.
It's chapter 4.
It's chapter number 4, right? Okay.
You want to quote something?
Yeah, I just want to quote something so that we can
speak on it. No?
Yeah, and have context. Yeah, I found it. I found it. Yeah, page 43. You are there?
Yeah.
Where it says, let me tell you a bit about me there.
Sure.
Yeah, let me just read this portion. Sure. Or maybe, let me see. Okay, yeah, let me read it. Let me tell you a bit about me. I was born into an impoverished family. Sure. Regardless, I did not allow that to affect my life at school, at church, and in any social space. You get my point? When I'm saying don't look like your problems, some people take their problems everywhere.
Sure.
When you get to church,
sure,
you are not an impoverished young man who is coming from an RDP.
Sure.
You are an affiliated believer.
Sure.
So anything that is required from believers, let's say you've got a beautiful voice, or you can sing, you can be part of the worship team, you can play keyboard. When you get to church, forget about how home is and focus on the functions of that particular space. Then you won't be impeded from becoming the best version of yourself, because some of the discoveries are going to come there. But if you carry the image from home, the mindset that when you are poor, you are what, and you take it into the church space, it is going to take your confidence away and impede you from participating into things that are going to advance and enhance your development. So that's what I'm basically saying, to say you might have not eaten, but when you get into different spaces, be like a chameleon.
Sure.
Yeah, know how to maneuver different
When they
spaces.
give you these Mawasha juices, Anna 8, don't worry. Yeah, so
Hey.
the people they about namele modima.
About namele modima tlo. Mean business, stand on business, bruh.
Sure.
Stand on business. I used to go to church with my school uniform.
Yeah.
You get my point, because I didn't have like proper clothes back then.
Sure.
But I will still stand in front of them and become an MC.
Sure.
I'll still stand and preach.
Sure.
I'll still stand and motivate.
Sure.
Sometimes I'll still stand and join the worship team and sing, because my mindset was not, imprisoned by the state at home. So I didn't walk around as a poor guy.
Sure.
When I get into a space where I can speak, I speak, because my poverty cannot become my impediment. So don't walk around making people to feel pity for you, because you'll never become anything. Most people who are great today, they didn't look at their home situation. They looked at what they're capable of and the services that they can give. And those services made them to become recognized. Today, they're the best versions of themselves.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Chief, you must work.
You have to work.
You must work.
You have to work. When I started, when I'm speaking, I used to say, I'm coming from an RDP, because that was my current situation.
Sure.
But it was not my destination. Sure. Now that state has changed and I'm a different individual. So if I imprisoned myself with my current situation, then was I going to become Mr. Virus?
No.
Was I going to stand and speak on TV? No ways. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Virus, infect impact. But don't recognize that something else. But if you walk around as if when you are the only one who have problems, you will never become anything. So don't look like your problems.
I thought maybe you are too personal.
I'm not personal. Like, there are some people who are oversensitive and they always want other people to feel pity for you. Sure. Don't do that.
Sure.
It won't work for you. Everyone has problems.
Sure.
So yeah.
It just differs with the issue of some they have smaller nyana, some they have big, some they have sensitive ones, some they have, but they will have to face those problems at some point. You must face yours. Sure.
That is why you have to be a reader, because when you read, you realize that your problems are actually small.
Sure.
Yeah. Because when you read biographies, you can tell, hey, this person now is this, but this person is coming from this state. Yeah. Then you realize, let's the opportunities.
Let's deal with the
beware of egocentric agents.
What's happening?
Egocentric agents. Egocentric agents are people who are selfish, egocentric, self-centered, self-sufficient. So you have a friend, but they are in the friendship for their own benefits. It's not bi-directional, it's not mutual. So you need to be careful of those people who are parasitic. That's what I mean in there. You can find those people in the workplace, you can find those people at church, you can find those people at school, everywhere.
Sure.
For instance, you might have called me here because you want to, boost your numbers, but you don't care about, like, other podcasts. If you go there, when you come back, your career is gone because they don't care about you. They only care about the numbers. Those are egocentric. Yeah. Who are you fucking?
Yeah.
Was it nice?
Yeah. So, I just want it to be educational, man. It's just that I know it will be a tough journey because people just want things that trend, just things to speak about those topics, but that is not my thing. I just want it to be educational. I know some they will even go and come, or they will just contact you and buy this book at some point.
Yeah, others are going to buy.
Yeah, we were saying that, and then you must just say, I receive. I'm the pastor.
I receive, Papa. I received Daddy.
Yeah, so I'm faithful because I'm trying, but educational. every time educational. I just try by all means. It's either in music, in politics, or in sports, in what. Now I'm inviting you. You are an author.
Sure.
You are just like unpacking the chapters and everything. So hey, judge the other things, but it's okay because sometimes I just get to be tempted, or I must just invite someone who trend on TikTok and what. But I'm saying because you know TikTok is sometimes people are not educational, but they're just there to be, should I say, clowns, just to keep us busy.
Yeah.
You get me. So yeah, but we will get it right, my man. So
no, you have got it right, because let me tell you, Rome was not built in a day.
Sure.
Don't diverge.
Sure.
Don't digress from your primary intentions.
Sure.
There are people who are feeding off this podcast and they're becoming better people.
Sure.
And another thing is, as you keep on doing what you are doing, you are evolving, you are growing. It's the first time coming on a podcast. I'm not even sure if I'm doing the right thing, but all I know is whatever that I'm saying, it's emanating from the bottom of my heart. So there might be backlashes, there might be constructive criticism, but at the same time, we are in action. And when you are in action, you find evolvement because through mistakes, you grow. Through your growth, you get recognized. So keep on doing what you are doing and don't even look back. You'll get there.
Thank you very much, my brother. Let's touch on the faith it.
Faith it until you fake it. You make it.
Yeah.
Just like
because I thought you would say fake it until you make it. You are just saying faith it.
Faith it until you make it.
Sure.
What I'm
just believe in it.
Yeah. You need to believe in what you are saying before people can believe in what you are saying.
Sure.
You need to believe in the end product of your podcast as an educational podcast before it becomes that successful educational podcast. So all I'm saying is people must stop trying to become perfect in their attempts. They must just get to the ground until they become, because if I'm saying I'm a public speaker, how should I show that I'm a public speaker? By doing public speaking. I did not say I'm a perfect public speaker. I said I'm a public speaker. So by being in action, I'm faithing it. And as I'm faithing it by being in action, I am growing. Eventually I'll end up becoming someone who's invited maybe on TVs where because I commenced by faithing it. Believe in what you are doing before people can believe in what you have done. I believed that I'm an author before I became an author. Hence I became an author. Because if I didn't believe it, I think this will still be a manuscript. And I didn't even know. And I didn't even know how it was going to be received. But right now, I'm not concerned about the reception. I'm glad that what was in the mind is now materialized. Whether you like me or you don't like me, or I'm an author, that's what I wanted. Yeah, that's what I meant by faithing it until you make it.
Power of gratitude.
Sure. Be thankful, Brayak. Be thankful. In everything, be thankful. There's power. You see, you've given me an opportunity to be in this podcast. I might be watched by an important figure there who is seeing potential in what I am saying. And they take me from where I am to where I'm supposed to be. So I need to be grateful of every opportunity that comes my way. For instance, I could have decided, if I was prideful and egocentric, I could have decided to say, this podcast has just started and I don't vibe with it. I'm not going. But I'm grateful for the opportunity because I don't know what you saw in me. You get my point? So with me being grateful, we have already built a connection. Next time someone will say, I need someone who does this and this, you will recommend me. So that's what gratitude do. When you are grateful of small opportunities, it brings elevation. So be grateful, Brian, in everything. Be grateful. Boyfriend, ichering cheriela isa bereki, no cheriela ya bereka. Unya ka tloela boyfriend tela, ditla tsa sharp. Be grateful or motho khumane ke le Thomas, no ke se le khwine ke sharp. Ono ba grateful le push, dilo ka moka ditlo ba sharp. Ska itia botlhale. Be grateful.
You must just appreciate her the way she is. At some point she will gain weight if you put to a point or her body transform to where you wish or you like it to be.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, and then you will later regret. Or I would say I had a diamond in my hands, but I didn't even see it until it's gone, and then the relationship is done. It's when you start to cry, say, I missed an opportunity.
Most guys did that. Even myself at some point. I left someone who was perfect. You get my point.
Sure.
For whatever reason, but later I realized, oh man, you know what, even though I'm separated with this person, but honestly speaking,
Sure.
they were the girl they thought they were,
Yeah.
and I will never find their replacement.
Sure.
However life moves on, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm just saying we must be grateful of the things that we are predisposed to.
Sure.
Because if we lose them, eventually we might regret.
Sure.
So the power of gratitude, Brian, will take you far.
No, my man, I wish you were a savage because I've got a more of the ancestry.
Already handsome. Vale ke bona ba tlo re botsa ngore di answer re na nna le wena re no ba mo Brian.
You are a good preacher, and since well you said you are motivated, I can hear. And then from now I will look to this world differently.
How?
Now you are saying I must just do it. None of, just few people said that. Few said that.
Can I say something? You know, one day I was invited. I got the leverage to be in a meeting with executive people, right? And when I was in that meeting, I realized that I must stop undermining myself, because I could see that, okay, that one is speaking like this, that one, their thinking process is like this, that one is reasoning like this. I can also do it. So sometimes we are powerful beyond measure. It's just that we need to be validated for us to do whatever that we have to do. So I think, Braga, just do it, man. Just do it.
Nike, just do it.
Just do it. And also, one day you are going to die. Why are you reserving your attempts?
Sure.
Just do it, because you'll never know. Tomorrow might be your last day on the planet Earth.
Sure. That's true.
Just do it. Those who love you will love you. Those who hate you will hate you. But just do it.
Yeah, because I always tell my friends, or now I'm just living my life, man.
Sure.
I'm not living life of regret, nothing. I'm just living my life because tomorrow is not guaranteed.
Vana.
It's not at all, because sometimes we will always say, this guy interview, this guy interview, this guy and then
we must learn from that guy. May his soul rest in peace. Kgaugelo the Pope.
Yeah, sure.
I think Moruto Mogolo, Lefas Long Kgaugelo, he lived his life in all honesty.
Sure.
Like, not to be honest, I know I feel like he left early, but I'm not God, right?
Sure.
But I feel like the way I was looking at him, he was living fully.
Sure.
Like, I feel like everyone must live like that.
Sure.
We must be cautious and be careful, but at the same time, we must not hold back, because we've got the phobia of failure. You are going to fail either way in some things, but you must.
Just a lesson. It's not like.
Just do it. Just do it.
What advice can you give to young people who wishes to be authors?
Just do it. Just write. Get an editor and publish. And obviously, I agree, you will write with the right intentions, and you must have like the audience in mind. You write, for instance, you can come to me with your manuscript and ask for advices to say, I want to publish this. Does it hold waters? Then I will read through it and I'll give my own discretion. If I will think fix here, I will tell you that, and then you go on with it. But more than anything, whatever is in your mind, God didn't put it for wrong reasons. Just do it. Mara, to be honest, dogs will never bark at a stationary car. The moment you start your car.
And what?
O tlo bona dim tja dire ho o ka bana batho ba thoma ba le a lot of things to say about you. Just know you are in the right path. You might not be there, but you are getting there. Dogs don't bark at a stationary object. Ibile o ka bana ba sa bolele selo ka wena mona o no go shoro o na linking ka problem
No, parcel.
o parcela wena.
Go budiwa jwang when it's done, mama.
Hey, a ke khono wa pa bana batho ba ke bone di podcast tse dintsi e ba se no mmotšiša after 3 months o ile. Hey, bona ye ko fang yona eno itšea tša nghopola le nghopola ya selo ke sana le lena mo modimo a ke selo a wa le nghopola ka o tla nghopola ka tšeo di boneng a kere then mara no wa banna mona o se ka mpola ke sa phela a ke tšhabogwa wa tsa ke lebeletše impact ye ke e diang batho ba bangwe ba relaxed braka ebile ba naana gore one day ba tlo tlhokofala ba di selo to help humanity. So nna ke a zama kuša a ke selo no le ona ke ready dibinyana tše ke na le tsona tša 3% tshwanetse ke repente pele ke tlatla ke ya hele morena.
No, man, thank you very much for coming, monna. Ke a leboga because I just approached you and then I thought maybe I will have to defend my request, but you just say, okay, when, how, and then I said about this guy, just like that, and then I said, Mara, is this person really went to my YouTube channel and checked the number I have? And then I said, because sometimes people will just check, it's still small, just push, we will come, we will talk.
I'm not like that. What's about batho ba na le misconception ka nna go pala o shumisha platform ya one nna ke overconfident language and then I'm also reserved. So mo kang khumana ke le overconfident ska nana hore ke a ke bona or I'm prideful. I'm just present in my spaces, you get my point. So batho ba bantši ba na le that thing ya hore o nana o ka re ke ena o nana o ka re ke ena because azanka ba meet mara o ka meet o tlo no bona hore a ke nata ba le lot of things except making impact fela. No pride, no ing plus ke le file di number text mo wel re ke mbuka re tlo no ba sharp.
No ke a leboga mama, ke a leboga bland
a le nna ke a leboga braka.
Bye batho ka moka reka mbuka
mo makgwa
tobe